What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air. I'm your host, Clark Taylor. It's another fun episode of NXT, and I've got the usual suspects, the best crew in the business, hanging with me tonight. Let's start, though, in Louisville, Kentucky, with the return we not only wanted, but the return we needed. We missed him last Tuesday, but he's back. Dryzzy, what's going on, man?
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. It is your boy Drizzy holding them twos up one time. I am alive.
Absolutely.
I am alive. I breathe as I live and breathe.
He's back. He's back. Speaking of being back for the second time today, all the way out from the DMV. And speaking of getting your twos up, we got the Tuesday night delight. The Tuesday night delight himself. Shad, what's going on?
Anime girl pose.
Mhm.
I'm I'm good, bro. I'm chilling, man. This is going to be the last time you see me for a little while. I'm out the game after tomorrow, so it's big things coming up. I got a eventful weekend. Your boy's getting married, but we here to do it for the one time, bro. Salute to my bro Drizzy. I'm happy that you're back, bro. Last week was you we missed you, and I'm gonna put the breaking news out there right now. Drizzy is gonna be substituting for me on Throwback Thursday, man.
Yup.
All right, yeah.
Dude,
So
huge news.
I'm
I'm
ready.
as
yeah,
fired up as anybody. Like,
you know
talk
what
about
I'm
a
saying.
talk about a Thursday. We get double
We
duty
should,
out of Drizzy
we still keeping a
today.
30 up club on that, but it's all good.
I'm like, not even that. Shout out Chaos. Drizzy was on Take It to the Table today. We're all doing double duty. This is a 2-show day for all three of this crew.
Right, 'cause y'all know I be on load management. I'm like LeBron.
Absolutely.
I'm like LeBron out here. I'm
He
like
on his
LeBron.
he on his Kawhi Leonard, bro. It's all good.
He's on the Kawhi Leonard. My mom actually had to not had to add. Sorry, mom. Added in the comments. Congratulations, Shad. Congrats, Shad.
Thank you, Mama Taylor. I appreciate that.
Coach 23 added, "What's up, gents?" Um, the
Coach
leader of the
23, how you coming in on two things?
I love it.
Already.
Bobby Petito, the leader of the Kiana
I was
James and Izzy Dame fan club is here. I love it. I'm excited. Um, we've got a lot of awesome comments. Coach 23 also added congrats, Shad, and
appreciate you,
shout out
dogs.
Drizzy. I mean, it's awesome to be back. We got the whole crew today. Shad will be gone for the
Yes,
rest of the week, but
sir.
yeah, it's the go home show for Shad. It's perfect.
I don't miss Tuesday nights, man. You know what I'm saying?
No,
We
never.
we 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 we, we got to do it big time. We
And
got
I
to
and I literally had. I would literally have to be on my deathbed in order to miss as you
And
all
he
heard.
was. We
for
know
sure.
I
that.
Yeah,
was dead.
He was
yeah, bro.
2 fever degrees away from playing a flu game.
Yeah, man. But we got we
Drizzy
got
was too right. He was just too sick to be playing the flu game last week.
Like I was
yeah.
there. I was almost there, but it's like, nah, I can't. I gotta
Nah, it was
chill for.
it was a viable reason, bro. He was like, guys, all right, I'm out. Like, no.
Absolutely. Okay,
But
so unrealized thoughts just over on Instagram added. So what do you want to talk about? Which does crack me up.
Oh,
Um, no, we're not going there. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about NXT
not on
tonight.
this
man,
show. Not on this show.
I
So
Not
haven't I
not
haven't seen
so fast, my
I haven't seen
friend.
Cody
Cody
doesn't.
on I haven't
Cody
seen
doesn't
Cody
live
on
here.
NXT since that one episode with the Undertaker.
Not to quote Lee Corso, but not so fast, my friend.
Like Cody don't go here. Cody don't go here.
He doesn't go here. Not on Tuesday night. Let's get into tonight's episode though. It was awesome. I mean, the Wolf Dogs. Pretty cool name. And I love both NXL bleh, both ex NFL players. I just combined a whole word there. Both ex NFL players. You got Baron Corbin, you got
Mhm,
Braun Breaker, the son
mhm.
of Rick Steiner. Is he going to get called up? Is he not? Now we have new tag team champions. They defeat the family, the Dawn. two tough losses actually for the family tonight. If you
Yes.
break that one down, interesting here. I loved to see Braun get his moment as tag team champion, but I really thought he was getting called up. And more importantly, Baron Corbin, is he tied at the hip to him? I'm not totally sure. I I don't know exactly where we go from here. The match, outstanding, right?
Very good match. A very good showing for the
Incredible
family
match.
and Corbin. They really had us thinking that this is going to be a squash the way that Baron and Braun kind of work. You looking at monsters,
Yep,
but the
Mhm.
family came to fight.
They did. They definitely did.
they did. And tag division wise, it's two big names holding the
Mhm.
belts, which I think is huge. But we're also splitting up the Briggs and Jensen tag team. We're splitting up. We've lost the Creeds to the main roster. We've
Mm.
lost Trick Mello for the tag division. What are we looking at here, Drizzy, in the future? As fun as this match was, what do you see the rest of the way along the way until Mania weekend?
The NXT tag division is in good hands. We still have OTM. We still do have the family, even though they're not champions anymore. We still have Inofe and Blade. We still have a lot of teams that are left on top of the ones that we have in Level Up. Just watching people like Brooks and Jensen break up, which we've been seeing the writing on the walls for months now anyway. It seems that we're gonna get Corbin and Braun for at least a few more weeks. So we have that team ready for you. And then like it's just about that time for the reset. I think is what it is. It doesn't seem like we have too many teams, but it's time for that reset. It's time for you see those teams that sat at the top of the mountain like the Creeds, the family, and all them. They're moving on, and we're bringing more up. So I love it. It's just a rebuild. Every division goes through it. It just doesn't seem as hmm, it doesn't seem as clear as who's next up when we've had the same teams up top for so long. It's not as clear as what you see in the other divisions, where you see in the women's division, you clearly see who's next up. In the North American division, you see who's next up. In the world title division, you even see who's next up. But we're good. The NXT tag division is just fine. That's your Cody reference for today, y'all.
I like that. I like that. I do think it's just fine myself too, because it's one of those things, like you said, it's reload, retool, reassess, and get things going. And you have two top names holding the belts, and it was a great match and a great journey and story to get here.
Hmm.
Shot, I gotta ask you about this one, obviously. With the new champs, fantasy football champion, you got the two NFL guys
As a
winning
champion.
it. Talk to me about it.
Today is February 13th, 2024. We have gone a little over 2 months going into the new year. If the year abruptly started today, you must acknowledge the Wolf Dogs as the best tag team of the entire year. This is the most beautiful mistake that we thought was going to be bad, which became something so immaculate, bro. Like, this team, their chemistry is top tier, man. They work so good together. Storyline wise, they work so well together. It's the OG and the young bull being able to mesh and him taking him under his wing and showing him the way. This was well deserved. I don't think there's a more compelling tag team in NXT at the moment than the Wolf Dogs. Like, there is such a fun tag team. They make banger matches every time they step into the ring, and tonight was no different. It's just like all the matches they had going in within that Dusty Classic. Like, they're stringing so many top-notch tag matches, and they'd be fools for not letting them get the tag team titles today. Now, I know the precedent is Braun. When is he going to get to the main roster? Let's pump the brakes. We talked about it earlier. They don't care about the roster split. Braun can go to SmackDown and be an NXT champion. That's not the first time I've seen an NXT champion, and not the first time I've seen a NXT tag champion. We saw Isla and Kaylee Ray had the titles be on the main roster. It makes the allure of Braun Breaker look better when he is on the main roster. People are gonna be like, "Who's the dude who's walking in with the title? He must be something big time, and I should watch on Tuesday nights." It's not gonna be a long reign, probably, right? But it's the right move. And I said it on Twitter a couple months ago or a month ago, and I will say it again. If Braun Breaker does not have a singles feud out the gate going into the main roster, I say let Braun and Baron go to the main roster as a tag team, as the Wolf Dogs, and I think they should be the ones to take the titles off of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I think they could be excellent world tag team champions on the main roster, on NXT in Japan, on MLW, on TNA, on AEW, on Triple R, everywhere. Let's put respect on the Wolf Dog's name, man. From
I,
one champ to another.
I respect it, and I gotta admit, I thought they were the double entendres when they were introduced, but we ended up with the Wolf Dogs, and I respect it. It was good. It was an awesome run. I don't know. It's funny. I think there's a broader conversation to be had about tag team wrestling as a whole, because obviously we could overanalyze the tag team division here in NXT and like what's gone on as far as, teams turning over and going to the main roster and going different places. I don't know if there's a healthy tag team division on any major promotion
I'll say
right this
this.
second.
I think WWE is starting to heal up its tag team division. I see more tag teams on the main roster. Like I think Bobby just said it right now. Pete Dunne,
Yes.
Tyler Bate,
There
right?
we go.
You got Pretty Deadly, you got Los Lotharios Legado. You got a bunch of tag teams. I think they're starting to make more of a input on tag teams. It's
The
just how
women's
the booking is and whatnot.
and the women's
And
tag division is starting to too. The same thing. They
yeah,
kind of built. They built. It's around. They built around Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and now they're moving
Yes.
on forward with more tag teams.
and it's wild because I thought for the longest time the hottest tag team division in my mind was on AEW. I thought
Oh gosh,
AEW had the
yes.
hottest
Hmm.
tag team division.
Absolutely.
Now they are not a hot division,
We need Proud and Powerful back so bad.
right? Like we
Desperately.
we see Sting and Darby giving Sting a charity title before he retires. Like,
And I
and
think they're also in the middle of the same rebuild. They're kind of on the same schedule of what NXT is. So when AEW is rebuilding and retooling theirs, NXT is too. It's just NXT doesn't have to do as much because they have that system where they're already bringing people in. So when the Creeds and Chase U and the family were all fighting for the belts, you see little teams like OTM come up, and now we're getting to the point where OTM they're live.
Good point.
They're could be very well tag champs now. If they were to win the belts, it wouldn't look weird. The new retooled Chase University with was it Riley Osborne and Duke Hudson? Clearly,
Possible.
they could definitely go take some titles.
oh, for
That
sure.
that is a really good point. And to think about like the grassroots teams that are coming out of the woodworks, out of the mud. OTM, there we go. To Dutch. Pun intended, I guess there.
I get
But
it.
it is fun to see, and I do think the future is bright for sure for the tag division. But let's move on. And speaking of tag team matches, we had Mr. Robert Stone
A
and
stone,
Von Wagner
a stone, a
versus
stone.
Metaphor out of the gates. Mr. Stone can work, man. He
Oh, we
can
knew that
go.
though. We knew that.
We knew that, but dude, it is interesting to be reminded
It's
on a
so
Tuesday night
funny.
like this. Shad, talk to me about this match.
No, I mean, if you know Mr. Stone, what's his name? Robbie
Robbie
Eagles, and
E.
Robbie E.
Rob,
Yeah, Robbie
Robbie
E. The the
E.
the, the Jersey Shore dude back on Impact. Like, he's a wrestler. He's an actual professional wrestler. He's got more wrestling experience than Von Wagner, so that's not a major surprise to see him in the ring. I will give him credit. Bruh still hitting the gym. He was looking yoked. Like like Mr. Stone was jacked in there, but it was a fun match. I think it was a fun match to start the night off. It's the same case, man. If you have an entertaining, compelling tag team, it's gonna get people engaged and it's gonna make people excited for it. And I think this could potentially be what Von Wagner needs. I think them being an impromptu tag team more so than him being a manager for him could work a little bit more for them because they're funny, they're silly. I think the fans were really rooting for him a lot. And I think that's something that people can kind of get behind. I would continue it. I would maybe let them be another addition to the tag division. In regards to the match, it was solid. I think it was something the fans were very hyped about. They was chanting Mr. Stone's name. Metaphor is a terrific heel faction, terrific heel tag team, and they worked out. The only thing I would say is that I wanted to see Vaughn and I wanted to see Mr. Stone get the W. Uh, maybe this is the end of their feud, and if that's the case, cool, I understand. But I feel like it's the same thing, man. This dude is catching L after L after L after L, and it's starting to get a little annoying. Like, at least let him get the tag team win. Like they could have pinned Oro Mensa, you know. But regardless of what it was, solid bout. And I'm curious to see what we see with Mr. Stone and Vaughn down the road.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And like you said, I think Oramensa could have taken the fall here and it would have made a lot of sense. Coach 23 added over on Instagram. Loved it when they blurted out sneak attack. I did too. That was, to me, the moment of the match. It was one of the funniest parts of the entire match. I loved that spot. Drizzy, I gotta ask you about the match. And I mean, metaphor, I gotta admit, from an entertainment standpoint, to me, one of the best things going on NXT.
It absolutely is. It just clicks. All the little things they do. They, everything is beautiful when you do the little things. From the matching outfits to the entrance to the way that they interact with each other. You clearly see who's in charge. Like you, it's like a not an in charge thing. It's one of those. All the pieces of the puzzle always fit and it always works. Aura Mensa, the my main man Aura, an incredible workhorse, sells like a champ. Noam Dar, a thinking man's wrestler. The bougie bully Lash Legend. I talk about her to the end all the time. Y'all should be sick of me here talking about her. But the one you definitely need to watch is Miss Jakara Jackson. If you listen to her on the side, she's the one telling you, okay, somebody's right here, somebody's right here. Look out for this. Pay attention there. Like all those little pieces make metaphor work. And then you put the whole character aspect of all of it, and it's must see TV. The fact that they haven't moved past the Heritage Cup is a bit of a crime to me. I think we're ready now to start putting them in the tag team division with with Noam and Aura. The ladies already are in their tag division and dominating. It's just metaphor is just so pleasing in so many different ways. Their main roster ready in my eyes, but I don't expect to see them going up anytime soon because eventually they've got to get main event status. I do believe that Noam Dar is that main event status for them, and you see that a little bit in this match. The way that he and Aura they they had their hands on the match and they controlled every single aspect of it because of the way that they all work together. I absolutely loved it. The creative offense that Noam Dar just has at all times, and even doing it in tag team spurts is even better. I will say though, I was very impressed, and even myself forgot what Robbie E could do in the ring. Robert Stone, but he's not fist pumping anymore. He's
He's
clearly
not.
he has made sure that that isn't our lasting memory of him in the ring. He was a he sold it. He sold the pain. He sold the desperation, and I think we need more of this. We need this as a full time tag team because Vaughn and Stone are onto something. Let's explore this. Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it down there. This time next year, if I hate that I'm saying next year, Von Wagner and Mr. Stone need to be going for the tag titles this time next year. There has to be some type
Ooh,
of payoff with them getting the tag titles in the next year.
I
I'm putting
like
it
it.
in, I'm putting it on paper now. Write my name next to it. Stone Wagner tag titles.
Tag titles. I think it's fair. I think it's a totally fair
I
assessment.
ain't
We've
mad
got
at it.
a few comments we got to go with here too. We got Cool Gamer with hello. Um, Bobby Petito added, how about NXT brings in Jesse Goddard's, put him with Mr. Stone. I can't lie to
He
you.
he is not coming. He is down here in Louisville as the current OVW national champion. Actually,
Yeah, I don't think that's in the cards. Now we've got a very interesting comment I have to show next because obviously I miss Drizzy and I'm glad he's feeling better too. But Manzano, I can feel that bee sting on my shoulder, and I'm sure Shad can too. Yo, Drizzy, I hope you're
What do you mean by
feeling
that?
better, my brother.
My
You were
my
the
juicy
logical
voice.
one in this group when evaluating NXT. That
That's
feels,
all. It's all good. Bobby Petito's the most logical commenter in the YouTube comments, so it's all
yeah.
good, brother.
Well, and same with, yeah. I like all the commenters. Coach 23, Manzano, I've been a big fan of you for a while, but
I like cool gamers, just
you,
simple
you just
hellos more than
slid
your
down the
comments, buddy.
rankings now. If we're picking sides,
We
I
beefing,
didn't
bro.
I didn't know we were doing a rankings thing today.
number
Jeez
one.
Louise. Although
Number
we are
who's
all glad that Jersey's feeling better.
who's number one in your hearts? Drizzy,
Number one,
Drizzy,
he's the guy you
Drizzy.
should believe in, man. I agree. The man you should believe in, no
I got
doubt.
them chanting my names in. I got them chanting my names in the comments like, yeah, go Drizzy, go Drizzy.
This is our hashtag. We want Cody.
Yeah, we want Drizzy, we
Dang it,
want
Cody
Drizzy.
creeps into the show again. Like I gotta stop
he
doing
can't.
that.
He can't deny. He's undeniable.
I can't bring it up. There's more than one royal family. I mean, sorry, I got carried away there. No, but
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby,
What
look,
a guy.
look at Bobby. You guys are
What
number
a
one.
guy.
Go, Bobby. I know. We know you are,
Yeah,
man.
Oh,
it's,
no,
All love,
it's
man.
all
No,
jokes.
dude. Yeah.
it's beef with me, bro. Don't they
Like
don't
it's
speak for
all
me.
jokes. We good.
It's beef with me. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna talk next. We've got the new Tuesday night special show here. It used to be Tiffy Tuesdays.
Yes,
I
it
used
did.
to ask
Oh,
what time it was, but it is. It's Tatum Paxley. It's Tatum Paxley time. It's
Tatum Tuesdays.
Tatum Tuesday. Tatum
Tatum
Paxley.
Tuesdays.
Lola Vice. Lola Vice gets the victory. But Shad, it's still Tatum Tuesday. Talk to me about it.
Winning, what does that mean nowadays, man? Losing is the new winning, right? Daylight, the battle rapper, always told me losing is the winning. As you can see with Tatum Paxley, she has lost a lot, but she's been a winner in my heart week upon week upon week. And we must not ignore the beauty of what happened after this match. The match, whatever. I mean, solid bout. Lola Vice does all that cool kicking stuff. She's a little violent one. She was from the MMA world, but we saw Lyra finally start to appreciate friendship. She came out there. She was being a solid friend and trying to motivate Tatum, but she did distract Tatum because the motivation kind of got her off her pivot, but it is what it is. Poor Tatum Paxley got knocked out. We have to put her in concussion protocol because that was a nasty kick to the head, and she went on. She went down and she took the submission and she passed out. Lyra finally being a good friend and carrying her all the way to the back, and finally understanding that Tatum isn't obsessed with you. Tatum doesn't want to be like you. Tatum just wants to be there for you. And why must we, as people, ignore those who care about us? All right? We're in a society where we are so mean to each other. Let's invite friendship. Let's invite the person that might stalk you a couple of times throughout the week. Just because she steals plucks a couple feathers from your ring gear, that doesn't mean anything. She cares about you, so she's appreciating it. We're progressively, you know, getting this strong friendship and continuing to build the bond, and that warms my heart. Tatum Paxley for president 2024. Tatum Paxley for NXT Women's Champion next week, hopefully. I think Lyra should just hand it to her. And then Tatum Paxley should probably dethrone Roman Reigns. And she's a better wrestler than Okada, too. I'm sorry, man. Like, that dude ain't nobody.
I cannot lie to you. For our first official Tatum Tuesday, the last thing I expected was the best promo cut this month on any program. You need to be the advocate for Tatum Paxley.
Dude, look, I saw Tatum Paxley wrestle on the main event on Monday Night Raw, and I tweeted her entrance, and I had 120 quote tweets for her. She got a fan club, and I'm the ringleader now.
I
Look
mean,
at me. I
all,
am the captain now.
all I'm saying if you had Tatum Paxley goes over Roman Reigns on your bingo card for tonight's show, you're getting paid out huge for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because that one was for sure.
If she wins the election, I'm
Well, now she wins the election. We're really talking.
yeah,
I forgot, by the way, the election.
I'm a big fan of her
It
policies.
is an election year. It is an
We've got
election year.
Tatum going over Reigns and winning the election.
Over Biden, yeah, let's go.
Honestly, she's got to get through the primaries, but I feel like if she gets that far, we get
She can't. She
the
can't.
ball rolling. I think it's possible.
I'll be
It's
I'll be
not.
the VP.
It's
I'll
not.
be the VP.
It's not possible. It's not possible
I'm in, man. I'm registered.
because my vote is going elsewhere
Oh,
to the true queen, the person that you really need to believe in. Yes, I know how you say you're supposed to believe in me. I'm telling you to believe in who I'm believing in, and that is Jada Parker.
let's talk about
Oh,
Jada Parker. I
let's
was
get
going
into it.
there next. Took on Adriana Rizzo, Drizzy, Jada Parker. That moveset, electric.
Jada Parker is putting it together week by week, and it gets better every single time from the entrance to all the small things. It's a going trend. Do the small things, they make everything that much better. You sprinkle a little bit of seasoning here, you have a masterpiece. And that's what you got tonight. You got a masterpiece. Yes, Adriana Rizzo and Jada Parker both about here right now, maybe a little bit more like this. Jada's more over her. But you gotta appreciate all the work that Jada's putting in to get better. Adriana put up a really good fight. She has the family backing her who have showed her a few things, and but it just is not enough to beat Jada Parker, who is out the mud, true and true, ready to show the world what she's doing. Don't be surprised if you seeing her in Iron Survivor this year. Don't be surprised if you see her in women's title matches way before Tatum is. Tatum's out there following the champ, trying to ride those coattails to get closer to it. Jada Parker is your future champion. Like just take all that in. I know it's a shock. Everybody is kind of they don't know what to do. It's okay. Just embrace it and go, thank you, Miss Parker. When she sits there and takes the title and holds it over her head.
Uh, Drizzy, I can't lie to you, man. You've been knocking on the Jada Parker door for a long time, telling me about how good Jada Parker is, and watching that match tonight. The moveset, the depth of the moveset is something that I just did not realize she also had. with everything else that she brings to the table.
As soon as she fine tunes it, you got somebody that's a
Oh
force to be reckoned with in that
shit.
division because she's got that. The power and strength is definitely there.
Uh,
We literally talked about it with the tag division, like just you see who's coming up. And right now, that's where we're at right now with this part of the division where you got Lyra is your champion and you have like Roxanne and B Priest, my bad, not B Priestley, Blair Davenport, Tatum Paxley, if we want to go ahead and but
Good job, Drizzy.
you're getting
yes,
now the future, your Jada Parker. You're getting your Izzy Dane. You're getting your Lola Vice, your Lash Legend, your Car Jackson. You're getting all those amazing Brinley Reese, as we seen earlier later on that night.
yes,
You're getting a lot of people coming up that they're not your they're on deck. They're in the pen waiting to come up next to go get up the bat. Where you so when Lyra and all them go, just elevate your next group up.
100%. And Anthony Manzano added a really interesting comment here, actually, and I think it's he said, when I watch Jada wrestle, I see a little bit of Ivory. I'm not sure if you guys see that also. I do,
Mm,
but obviously physically Jada is much taller than Ivory,
yeah.
but the power style with the
Mhm.
forearms and the delivery, I actually totally do see the comparison and it's fair. Ivory was underrated, I think, in ring for a long time.
I don't know if she's a coach down there, but she may very well be coach one of the coaches for her down there. I know they
Very
have guest
possibly.
coaches from time to time.
Yeah.
It's not a bad person to pick from.
And move
I
set
I always
wise, it's
I think I
similar.
always think I always think of right to censor. My bad.
Same, right? That's where
Hey,
your brain
but
goes,
I
but
love
that's
that.
not.
I used to love that thing.
The
that was
gimmick
great
was
work though.
hysterical.
It was great work
It
though.
was great
It
work.
was
It was
amazing.
the Good Father.
And oh, the good father. I mean, how about even Val Venus was in the group?
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Like, what in the world?
Forget him. But
The
yeah. Yeah.
the worst of that group. But yeah, and Stevie Richards, like, what in the world? How did that happen?
Steven,
Sorry,
he was
He
the
be
leader,
doing.
and he was the leader.
Yeah.
he
He
was
be
the
doing.
leader.
Yeah. Nah. That was. But nah. I mean. I can. I guess I haven't watched an Ivory match in a while, bro. So it's kind of hard for me to even think back to that. But
Moveset wise, given the era, she probably had the deepest
She was
of the
definitely one of
time,
them.
right? Where
yeah.
like she worked a more traditional style, and maybe part of that was right to censor. Believe it or not, whether the gimmick was over the top or not, like part of it was that wrestling in the the button down and the pants
Yeah. You're right.
as opposed to the rest of the roster, right? But at the same time, the move set was outstanding and stiff stiff
Yeah,
worker and quality, which is always fun to see. Okay, another wild match. We had Carmelo Hayes and Joe Gacy. And this one, okay, it's Melo and Gacy, but why? We complain often on Wrestling Republic, maybe not on this show, but about random booking on AEW. This is pretty random. And
Hmm.
then we ended up with Joe Casey in a straight jacket. Talk to me about it, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I may have missed something from last week. I don't know why this match was set, but it happened. It was cool. It was a good match. Carmelo Hayes is continuing to be the villain on this crowd. They're saying he's a traitor. He's not him. All of that, and it continued this week, man. And it's allowing him to kind of I guess string some victories as we will get next week. The sit down or the face off between him and Ilya Dragunov, going into what happened with them last week. Um, Joe Gacy, we always week by week give him his flowers on how great his character work. It continues there, and we're continuing the feud with him and Dijak. Uh, I don't know if I'm excited for it. I'll be real with you. I think they had a very good match at the last pay per view, but it, I don't see much of a difference of what the next match will be. Maybe Gacy will come over on top. That'd be cool. I'm just not that interested. And I know last week he hit him with the stick with the glove and had him lose the match. But that, I mean, the straight jacket thing, it was whatever. I, I wasn't over the moon for all the stuff after the match. It was alright. So yeah,
It was all right, is what I would say too, which is weird to me because I'm a huge fan of both talents. And it doesn't actually bug me that it was random and the match was fine for what it was. But also, we watched it live together, right? And the initial response was, dude, didn't he just lose to Dijak?
yep.
Why does Dijak need to put him in a straitjacket? I don't get it.
Cause well, cause I guess he had him technically lose to Dragunov, which I understand. I just don't know why we are continuing it. Really, I
Yeah.
it it
I my theory. Well, if I don't know if it's the fever talking, but I thought I did see a interaction last week between Gacy and Hayes. So that was my thought behind the match. Hayes, did a sneak attack, did a sucker punch to Gacy, and you kind of need at this moment in time, you need a very lovable baby face to keep the heat on your heel. Joe Gacy is beloved right now, and I feel like they just kind of treated it as one of those 1 week feuds that he's been having recently with the people like what it was with Dijak and with Joe Coffey a little bit ago. It's just all about keeping the heat on. And Hayes definitely did that. It keeps his heat still hot while he's riding the hate wave, the crowd of boos. He's reaching levels of Champa heat. He's almost to the point where he probably could come out and it just be a chorus of boos for his entrance. Uh, it's like the match. It was what it was. It served its purpose. The Dijak aspect of it, I'm a little confused because I was under the impression that we're getting ready to go Dijak Ilya for the championship, but I guess we're not going Gacy Dijak again in a straight jacket match somewhere. Stand and deliver possibly. Last man standing. Dijak Gacy. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But this match is just kind of the bridge between wow, we don't have Trick here, we don't have Ilya here, we have our top heel here, and we have I'm gonna go ahead and say he's the top baby face. Why not go ahead and put them in against each other? Now, I don't think they should have been just a 9 o'clock match or anything like they were, but it is what it is. They've done it. They're going from it. They're gonna probably go ahead further with it. Let's ride it. See what happens.
I, I agree. We got a bunch of awesome comments over on Instagram. We've got Unrealized Thoughts said yes, AEW has random matches and they run through dream matches on the regular, but I do agree. Coach 23 added that Mello attacked Gacy after NXT went off the air last week, which is true, but I think the why is the issue here, right?
I
Like
did not see him. I didn't see him
in
attack him. My bad.
but it was a simple attack. I saw the clip myself, Shad, right? And
I
it
said
was a simple.
I thought after y'all said y'all didn't see it, like, maybe I was just high. I don't know.
No, I just assumed that it was. I really didn't understand. I thought it would lead to a storyline type thing and not just a match, right?
Well,
Like it was.
I'll say this, Clark.
What did Mello have to do with him?
The only off the air I watch is our show. So
Ain't that the truth? Me too. Um, Unrealized Thoughts added that Coach 23 was correct on that. Coach 23 added that Dijak is still the Dijak of NXT, which is funny. He said, "You know what we're talking about, Shoddy." He's, I think, referring to a comment from earlier. Either way, okay.
what do you? I don't know what he said.
This is an interesting one that I wanted to get into. This is a comment from Anthony Manzano, and it's not sure if you guys already talked about the rivalry with Ridge Holland, one guy. and the Gallus boys. What do you guys think they're setting up with Ridge? Shad, I know your thoughts on Ridge Holland, and we do have another topic lined up, but I gotta ask you about Ridge Holland real
Oh
quick.
man, nobody cares about Ridge Holland, bro. Nobody cares about Ridge Holland. Nobody. You don't care about Ridge Holland, Anthony Manzano. Why'd you even type it, bro? He can go through this gauntlet and get to Joe Coffey. That's what's gonna happen. That's all that I know is gonna happen. And week by week by week, I will care less by less by less.
At this
I
at this point, they need to go ahead and do a Wardlow treatment to Rich Holland because I've preached it for weeks. The man has never truly had a chance. Now we're not good. Y'all not about to build sympathy for him now, especially against Gallus. We love Gallus more than we love
Yup.
anybody else.
Facts.
So they're like the last remnants of the undisputed era that we have. Like they were built in that time frame.
yeah.
They're UK undisputed era. So we love them. So
Whoa, what how what is he underrated for?
See,
he's
Ridge Holland. Here's I think me and Shad's problem.
He got called up to the main roster. He's not
Not
underrated.
to
They
make
saw
this a
something in
thing,
him.
but I think there's a certain belly to belly suplex that I neither me nor Shad has forgiven him for.
Never.
I can't help myself
I'm standing
as
on
a
business. I'm
fan.
standing on business. I watched that press
I
conference
love
last
Big
week.
E.
I saw one of my favorite baby faces ever just be so charismatic. Man, even my fiance, bro, she's like, I miss seeing Big E on TV, bro.
I
Like,
do too.
you ain't gonna, I can't, I'm sorry, bro. It's beef forever with that guy for me.
Unforgivable, man.
Unforgivable.
I
The
feel
waffle
bad for him, but it's
fries.
unforgivable.
Yes, give us some waffle fries.
Waffle fries. Dang it. It's
Yeah.
MySpace videos. Oh man.
Nah,
Okay.
but a lot of it is me just joking around with you, bro. You can like Rich Holland. That's cool.
No, but seriously, Ridge is a very talented athlete, but I miss Biggie a lot. Um, let's move on to our last topic of the evening, which is an awesome one. Because I think Brinley Reese has a future. I think Brinley Reese is fun. She's awesome. I'm
Hmm.
for Brinley Reese. Kiana James on the other end of this one. This is a fun match. I dig it. Brinley can go. Drizzy, I gotta ask you about the match. Brinley Reese, her future. Do you see her latching on maybe in a faction? Or do you think she's catching on as a single star? Or do you think this was just more of a Kiana James showcase?
I think this was a Keanu James showcase. Even though Brinley Reese was an unexpected, I would say an unexpected pleasure to have in this. But this definitely was for Kiana James. Show what she's that new mean streak, that new attitude that she has, the new move set. She's it looks like she looking out there looking like a mini Charlotte. Like it's like
Ooh.
it's again with the divisions building up. She's on top now. She's a part of that new one. Be expecting to see her in a title match soon, and it's gonna be a hell of a match because she has been on fire since the I want to say New Year's Evil or no the Halloween special, Halloween Havoc, where her and was it Fallon or it was her and somebody went flying through a table. Her and Roxanne. That
Roxanne, yes.
ever since then, she has been on fire, and everything that she has done, everything she has touched, has been incredible. So this was a showcase match that really did well in showcasing not only Kiana but Brinley as well. Brinley has a little bit of a way to go, but she definitely will be there. She has this spunky, infectious energy that you just want to see more of her. We did not go when I guarantee when we looked at this and seeing Brinley Reese versus Kiana James, we were all like, "Who?" But now we're all like, "Well, let's see what else she can do because she's super athletic. She gives a little bit of a Soul Ruka vibes. She just is so infectious, so happy, positive attitude, even in the face of defeat. You seen after she lost the match, she's doing cartwheels in the back. No, nothing happened. Like, oh well, I got him next time. Like you gotta love stuff like that.
I,
Kiana, on the other hand, title match coming soon, pay per view near you.
I'm with you. I
Future,
think
future, future champ possibly too. I can see you get that belt soon.
it
Mhm.
was the definition though of getting over without going over. I was
Yep.
totally
Yeah,
impressed by the
yeah.
performance top to
She
bottom.
made me want to do push-ups and all of
Yeah,
that. And
I
one and
got
two and
excited.
three
I
and
thought it
four
was
and
awesome.
she
I,
need the Kanye workout plan as her theme song.
Thanks, Kanye. Workout plan. I'm the envy of my
Oh,
friend.
my friend.
Let's go.
Uh,
Yeah.
100%. But with that, that does bring us to the end of the show, everybody. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. It means the world to us. Thank you, everybody that tuned in on YouTube, Twitch, over on Instagram, everywhere. You guys are the best. The comments mean the world to us. We love you guys. We will see everybody soon. Tomorrow, I will be back on the daily broadcast at noon Pacific. That's 3 in the East. That's 2 Central. That's 8 o'clock in the UK. And of course, 9 a.m. in Hawaii. And we'll talk to everybody soon. Have an excellent Tuesday evening, my friends.